There's a point at where I keep saying that phrase for so long. There's a point at where you go from just meeting Jesus all the time to actually knowing him.
That's good.
And if I could get PT on the keys. I kind of relate it to an alarm clock. And you say, what does that mean? Well, let me tell you. It's like when you're sleeping and your alarm clock keeps going off. There's people that will keep hitting the snooze, and there's people that will keep hitting the snooze and going back to sleep. And a while back, I kept hitting the snooze button. I kept meeting Jesus at these youth camps and at these churches, and I kept seeing what he could do. I kept seeing who he was and the things that he could accomplish, but I kept hitting the alarm clock when I left the building. The snooze. I kept going back to sleep. And I was in my comfort zone when I was asleep because I was comfortable in my bed. I was comfortable going back to sleep, turning that alarm clock off. But just recently, I actually turned the alarm clock off and got up and got ready. I got ready for the day. And this is an analogy, I'm not literally speaking that. And you see, our generation, I include myself in our generation because I'm only 19, and our generation keeps going back to sleep. We keep having these encounters with God. And we keep expecting things to happen, but when you walk out the door, you go back to your normal comfort zone. You keep going back to sleep. You can see what he does, but you keep walking out the building and going back to do the same stuff. And I got a little bit left, but I just feel like I feel like this is it, And so as I was giving this, or as I was preparing this sermon, I was so focused on what I wanted to say, so focused on my notes. I was so nervous figuring out what I should say. And then God said, don't worry about what you have to say, but worry about what I have to say through you.
Yeah, that's right.
And so as I was giving this sermon, if you felt like God was speaking to you, if you feel like that was me, that's me that he's talking about. I keep waking up, but I keep going back to sleep. I keep going back and doing the same things over and over again. I keep going to these parties. I keep doing these things. I keep drinking these things. But when I come to church, I'm a different person. And let me tell you something. If you get one thing out of this sermon, it's my title, Only Jesus Can Satisfy. This society puts so much emphasis on the things